controversy is the new name for discoveries.
In the Northwest Valley is turning heads in the archaeological community.
And it's not me saying it.
And there's other people on the internet that think that this is an angel-human hybrid.
But these people who stumble upon the craziest and the most terrifying things.
The marine reptile or sea dragon is longer than a double-decker bus.
Be it alien mummies, giants' footprints,
What the could be that big, the size of my footprint?
or actual real-life cryptids.
Oh my.
Tag along to witness the insane finds that are shaking the entire internet. Fossilized Sea Dragon. Sea dragons have always been a dark mystery for many years, but today I'll show you something that will make you believe in their existence. Joe Davis, who works on the water conservation team for the Trust, found something bizarre during a routine draining procedure for re-landscaping. In February 2021, at the Rutland Water Nature Reserve in central England, he found the fossilized remains of a giant Jurassic animal. Initially, he thought the remains were clay pipes sticking out of the mud, but they appeared organic. He mentioned to a colleague that they resembled vertebrae, and upon closer inspection, they confirmed it was a spine and a jawbone at the end. Excavated in August and September, the fossil was identified as an ichthyosaur, a dolphin-like marine reptile. Nearly 33 feet long and about 180 million years old, the fossil was nearly complete, with a skull measuring over 6.5 feet long. Elasmosaurus unearthed.
Plesiosaurs were swimming around here in this outback ocean 100 million years ago.
This 100 million year old fossil dug up in Australia brought an uproar among the netizens. Australian fossil hunters made a groundbreaking discovery in Western Queensland, the continent's first Elasmosaurus fossil. The 100 million year old head and body bones of this long-necked marine reptile, which lived alongside dinosaurs during the Cretaceous period, were found by 3 enthusiasts exploring their privately owned outback station. This is the first Elasmosaurus fossil ever found in Australia, and it's now a valuable addition to the Queensland Museum's growing collection of plesiosaurs. New Zealand sea monster. This huge carcass was spotted washed up at the shore of the New Zealand beach, which definitely looked like the stuff of nightmares. Its mangled, decomposing body, half buried in sand, measured about 30 feet. Its eyeless head, housed gaping jaws, and cone-like teeth made people believe that it was a sea monster. Was it prehistoric? A prank? But don't worry, I did my research, and in reality, it was likely an orca. According to marine mammal expert Anton van Helden, the carcass was likely the remains of a killer whale due to its distinct flipper. Although he confirmed that it was an orca, with only images of the remains available, it was difficult to determine how the animal might have died. 17 unknown mummies. This discovery done in the village Tuna El Gabel by a group of archaeologists in Egypt truly left people astonished. Sure, seeing mummies in Egypt is no longer a surprise, but 17 at once. Something is weird here.
Some cavities, so they worked and they started digging last December.
The necropolis, which was 8 meters below ground level, dates back to the late period of ancient Egypt and the Greco-Roman period. Although how they were buried together remains a dark secret. This surely sets another great example of the greatness of Egypt and its secrets. Mysterious creature washed up. This video from South Georgia Beach was uploaded on the internet that made everyone question the existence of real-life dinosaurs, or even the famous Loch Ness. This weird creature was found washed up at the shore. At first glance, it looked like a seal, but on getting closer, people realized that it was definitely something out of this world. With its 4-5 feet elongated body and weird fins, it left people wondering about its existence. Although researchers are still studying about it, what it truly was remains a dark mystery. Strange footprints. It was very late at night when an internet user named Jessica was on her way back home. There she came across some enormous footprints that looked nowhere near a human's footprint.
could be that big, the size of my footprint.
The size of the footprints convinced me that they might belong to a giant creature. Even Jessica was sure of it. As soon as she uploaded the clips online, they caused an uproar among netizens. Could it be Bigfoot strolling around town and leaving its footprints for a local to find? Given the giant size, I think my guess might be correct. If you have any opinions about it, comment below. Mysterious creature in desert. This weird creature was spotted walking in the middle of the Portuguese desert. It truly looked like an alien from another planet, although it resembles me as well when I go back home from work, but still, the looks of it creeps me out. The pale, hairless body makes it far from the bushy Bigfoot, and the long, slim legs along with the bizarre head made people believe that it was an otherworldly critter. But what was it? A Bigfoot or a skinwalker? Well, my vote is for a skinwalker, but let me know if you got opinions on this. Strange sewer creature. What was found in the sewer of North Carolina will give you chills. The eerie footage showing a camera zooming in on what appeared to be a pulsating glob of slime quickly caught the attention of city officials. But don't worry, I did my research to solve your mystery. This creepy creature is actually not one individual, but a cluster of tubifex worms. The worms, which naturally inhabit sewage and pond sediment, are a regular part of life in the sewer. However, researchers noted that spotting them like this in a cluster was surely somewhat rare. Strange sculpture. Ever thought of strolling peacefully near a river and seeing a strange girl's face peeping out of the river? Scary, isn't it? Well, something similar happened in the city of Bilbao, where people discovered something disturbing in the river Nervion. A sculpture of a girl with eyes wide open who appears to be drowning left many people in shock. Before you start panicking, let me clear things up. It was just a sculpture. Yep, that eerie sight was the creation of Mexican artist Ruben Orozco. This 264-pound fiberglass statue, left in the river overnight, frightened the life out of anyone who saw it in the morning. The piece, titled Bihar, was meant to make us think about how our actions could either sink us or keep us afloat. Quite the wake-up call, don't you think? Witch bottles. Let me take you on a spooky adventure now. This discovery will surely disturb your sleep for many days. Centuries ago, people believed they could thwart evil spells with witch bottles.
Don't bring them inside my house. I take them to the backyard and put them on my fence.
Glass vessels filled with human hair, urine, fingernail clippings, iron nails, and other peculiar items. Even today, these eerie bottles occasionally wash up on Texas's Gulf Shore, from North Padre Island to Matagorda Island. Jace Tunnel, Director of Community Engagement, has found about 8 of these bottles over the years, but has never opened one. He currently keeps 5 on his backyard fence, as his wife refuses to allow them inside the house. Although the origin of the bottles remains unclear, Tunnel believes they likely came from the Caribbean and South America. Whale Graveyard. This discovery, done in 2010 in the Atacama Desert in Chile, will surely leave you in shock. 40 fossil whale skeletons were discovered in Cerro Balena, hidden for millions of years. Researchers found that all these were poisoned by the toxins that can be generated by the algal blooms. Because of those blooms, all the marine animals suddenly passed away. This discovery became the reason for the popularity of Atacama, as the area is now known to be the world's richest site for fossils. Alien skull in Peru. While exploring a cave in Peru, an archaeologist came across some strange-looking skulls that were said to be mummified remains of an alien, now placed in a museum. These huge skulls exhibited other characteristics unknown in human species. They were not the result of cultural headbinding, but rather had a cranial volume 25 to 60% larger than that of modern humans. Researchers even found that some of them had ginger hair as well. Although the controversy surrounding these skulls remained unsolved, no one could give a tentative explanation for who these people could have been. Spooky Dookie. A contractor who bought an abandoned home to renovate found something in the basement. Here, have a look at it yourself. This man found an entire head inside the toilet seat. But worry not, as it was not something real. But no doubt it was more terrifying than Annabelle. Researchers said that the head, called Donna, belonged to a Halloween decoration, which was developed by a decor company, Gemmy, in 2009. How it ended up like that was never known, but one thing we can say is that the head had surely seen a lot of things. Mysterious Buddha statue. It seems Mexico isn't the only place in the world where you can find human body parts incorporated into religious statuary. A remarkable discovery was made when a Chinese Buddha statue was found to contain the mummified body of a monk, folded in the same position. The statue, exhibited at the Drents Museum in the Netherlands, was later scanned at a medical center, revealing the mummy inside, believed to be Liu Quan, a Buddhist master who died around 1100 AD. The monk may have undergone self-mummification to achieve a living Buddha state, a process viewed by some as reaching a higher spiritual enlightenment. What do you think about this discovery? Let me know down in the comments section. Giant skeletons. Do you believe in giants? Well, I didn't until I came across this discovery. In 1911, a group of miners searching for bat guano, an essential fertilizer ingredient, stumbled upon something strange. In a cave near the Lovelock Lake in Nevada, USA, ancient human remains of over a height of 10 feet were discovered, and not only were they giants, but some of them were also mummified with red hair. Based on Paiute beliefs, an ancient tribe in Nevada, there's a tale of red-haired giants known as Sitek-Ka, who settled in the Americas from a faraway island thousands of years ago. Although who they truly were remains a mystery. Some experts suggest that the large size could be due to gigantism or other medical conditions, while others say that burial customs or other cultural factors might have influenced the appearance of the remains. Ancient Roman sculptures. A group of archaeologists recently unearthed a trio of ancient Roman sculptures beneath a medieval church in England. These sculptures, depicting a man, a woman, and a child, were found during the final stages of excavation at St. Mary's Church in Stoke Mandeville. The church, built around 1080 CE and demolished in the mid-20th century, was situated on a site with a fascinating history. Originally a Bronze Age burial ground, it was later replaced by a Roman mausoleum before becoming the Norman church. Discovering these exceptionally well-preserved sculptures offers a rare glimpse into the past, making this find a truly once-in-a-lifetime moment. Prison for witches. What was discovered in a 15th century Scottish chapel left everyone in shock. An iron ring set into a stone pillar in Aberdeen has been linked to a dark chapter in the city's history, the 1597 Great Witch Hunt. Unlike the mob-driven hunts we often hear about, these trials were conducted under royal orders, with meticulous records kept. Researchers found that Aberdeen's archives detailed payments made to a blacksmith for the iron rings and shackles used to imprison the accused at the Kirk of St. Nicholas. This chilling discovery sheds new light on the city's grim past. Big John. In 2014, while exploring a ranch in Perkins County, South Dakota, an archaeologist came across a set of bones covered in roots that had fallen out of an eroding hillside. When he saw the weathered horns of a large triceratops, he knew he had found something important. As the founder of Paleo Adventures, a South Dakota firm that specializes in fossil excavation, he nicknamed the fossil Big John after the ranch owner. For 6 years, he hoped a U.S. museum would buy the triceratops, but no offers came. Finally, in 2020, he sold the fossil to an Italian firm, which prepared it for auction. Rock art of Saudi. It's not only the oil in which Saudi Arabia is famous for, but also some mysterious hidden artifacts and its rich cultural heritage, just like the one I'm going to show you. Around 10,000 years ago, people in the region began to supplement hunting and gathering with herding and primitive agriculture. Rock art from this time shows people engaging in social and religious activities, often alongside domesticated animals like cattle and dogs. One of the earliest signs of human presence is a nearly life-size footprint carved into sandstone at Shuwamis, dating from around 10,000 to 8,000 BP. Today, Saudi Arabia is home to thousands of archaeological sites, many with rock art, some modern Arab dances, and various animal carvings still reflect traditions seen in ancient rock art, suggesting a long-lasting cultural heritage. Witch marks. Do witches really exist? Let's find out. The strong faith of the Colombians led to the finding of a hidden sanctuary, where you can hear echoes from far away. The walls of this sanctuary were gone through some research, which uncovered some hidden truths related to them. It was found that the weird-looking signs were actually the witch marks that indicated a deeper meaning. As curious you are, I am too, because the meaning behind those witch marks remains a truth untold. Well, maybe it's better for some secrets to remain unknown forever. Hand of the Desert. A sculpture of a gigantic hand reaches for the stars in the middle of the Atacama Desert. This 11-meter-tall hand protruding out of the sand left people astonished. Anyone might think of it as a monster coming out from the sand. At first glance, that will definitely make them run for their lives, but researchers found out that the object named Mano de Deserto was actually an artwork of the Chilean sculptor Mario Irarrázaval. The motion of the hands rising from the ground was actually an obsession of Irarrázaval. So it's true that artists surely never fail to surprise us with their artworks. Stalagmite circles. Another mystery deep in a cave left many individuals speechless. In 1990, the group of archaeologists led by François Rousseau found these stalagmite circles arranged in semicircles in the Bruniquel cave of southern France. Carefully made with broken stalagmite and placed in concentric circles, the structure brought light to the fact that these were made by humans. The experts, with the help of some exceptional techniques, find out that Neanderthals made these structures around 175,000 years ago. This fact contributes to the uniqueness and the speciality of these circles, as they were one of the oldest things made by mankind. Civil War Cannonballs. In 2019, a couple stumbled upon something strange while walking along the seashore of South Carolina. They thought they came across some weird rocks, but going nearer to check deeply uncovered the truth. They were not some odd rocks, but real war cannonballs. After making sure of their existence, they called the authorities. The area where these cannonballs were found was blocked off by the explosive ordnance disposal experts for safety reasons. After investigation, it was found that the balls were safe, but to avoid any confusion, the authorities decided to dispose of them. Bakery at Pompei. Ancient history and architectural heritage isn't always about artifacts or weird mythical creatures. Sometimes it's about food, too. In the spring of 2023, archaeologists unearthed new findings in Pompei, revealing an industrial bakery and vibrant frescoes, one of which depicted a detailed pizza-like flatbread. Despite the continuous study of Pompei since its destruction in 79 AD by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, nearly one-third of the city had remained unexcavated. The recent discoveries included an enormous bakery capable of producing 100 loaves of bread per day, but notably lacking a shopfront. Unlike previously discovered bakeries in Pompei, this space was likely a wholesale operation, supplying bread to some of the city's renowned fast food establishments. The Big Ring. Scientists at the University of Central Lancashire discovered something strange in space, a gigantic ring-shaped structure called the Big Ring that is 1.3 BN light-years in diameter and appears to be roughly 15 times the size of the Moon in the night sky as seen from the Earth. It's made up of galaxies and galaxy clusters and cannot be seen from the naked eye. What's weird is that these structures should not exist according to the cosmological principle according to which such enormous structures should not form. So how they appear and what's the reason behind it remains a mystery. Egyptian star constellations. For centuries, layers of soot had coated the ceilings and columns of Egypt's Temple of Esna. Recently, an Egyptian-German research team, led by Hisham El-Laithi of the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities and Christian Lights of the University of Tübingen, began restoring the temple's vibrant painted reliefs to their original brilliance. The paintings, mostly dating from the 1st to 3rd century AD, included a recently cleaned ceiling depicting Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Deacons, or constellations used to measure time. The ceiling also featured strange hybrid animal creatures, likely representing constellations, and the 12 signs of the zodiac. Introduced to Egypt by the Babylonians at the end of the 4th century BC, the zodiac system became popular during the Ptolemaic period. However, the Esna zodiac is one of only 3 preserved in Egyptian temples, making it a remarkable exception to the typical absence of foreign influence in Egyptian temple art. Life on Mars. As NASA goes deeper into the search for this planet, we get more convinced about the fact that Earth isn't the only planet with life on it. And here's why. On July 21st, Perseverance and Curiosity rovers made this shocking discovery, where they found an intriguing arrowhead-shaped rock, nicknamed Chayava Falls. Analysis by instruments aboard the rover revealed that the rock possessed qualities suggesting it could be an indicator of ancient life. The rock exhibited chemical signatures and structures that may have formed billions of years ago, when the area contained running water. While the science team considered other possible explanations, further research is still going on to determine if ancient life was indeed a valid explanation. Eerie spacecraft wreckage. This picture was shared on the internet that quickly sparked interest online. The photograph of this object was captured from above the surface of Mars on April 19, 2022, by engineers working on the Mars Sample Return Program.
Sol 401, the team at NASA spots something in one of the images sent back.
And was considered an alien spaceship wreckage until researchers told the truth. Although the photograph was genuine, it did not show otherworldly wreckage, as some social media posts misleadingly claimed. Instead, it depicted the NASA lander's aeroshell, a heat-shielded protective shell originally launched from Earth. What do you think about it? Mysterious icy structure. This man, while diving deep under the icy water, found something strange. A large castle of ice that felt like another world. No one could expect to see such a structure in the water, especially like this, which seems almost too perfect to be true. The man said that it looked like another dimension. Although, what those structures made from ice are not identified, it leaves a question. What were those? Did it have a deeper meaning, or was it just because of the cold water? What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section. Gator in basement. In January 2016, an appliance repairman received a call from a house owner named Charles for some work. But what he encountered deep in the basement will make you scratch the back of your head. As he was working, he claimed to notice something moving in a covered container in the back corner. Out of curiosity, the man lifted off the cover and he met a 200-pound alligator. Before running, the man captured multiple pictures of it as evidence for the police. Authorities found that the owner of the house had the alligator for more than 20 years and was supposedly using it to help him with the house's mouse infestation. He would keep the creature in a cage in the basement and claimed to occasionally take it out into his backyard. Shortly after the report, the gator was confiscated by local animal control and later released in a better environment. Rubber ducks in ocean. Imagine enjoying your trip to the ocean when you suddenly see 28,000 duck toys. In 1992, people were shocked when they saw these plastic ducks in such a huge amount, floating freely in the ocean. Researchers said that a cargo ship container releasing 28,000 rubber ducks and other bath toys that were en route from China to the US. Ocean currents carried them across vast distances, and news reports indicated that some may have eventually reached the shores of Maine and other Atlantic coastlines. Looks like this was nature's way of giving some bath toys to the marine creatures, right? Underwater Stonehenge. Stonehenges are known to be one of the most wonderful discoveries till present.
The Spanish Stonehenge had been flooded in 1963 during...
But have you ever imagined seeing them underwater? In 1926, a German archaeologist found an arrangement of rocks underwater that looked exactly like the Stonehenges in England. However, it was missing for about 60 years and was only said to be a legend until a drought in 2019 revealed the truth. When it was brought again into the light, it was discovered that the Stonehenges in the Spanish province of Cáceres had been flooded in 1963 during the construction of a dam. And just like the Stonehenges in England, this story remains a mystery as well. What could it be hiding? Video game cartridges. A large number of documentary makers on their work discovered a large number of extraterrestrial video game cartridges that were made by Atari Inc. in a Mexico landfill. These 800,000 cartridges were known to be the worst video game ever made and the reason for the decline of Atari in the 1980s. This game was made in a hurry to coincide with the release of the successful movie named E.T. the Extraterrestrial in the same year. Since the game was a great failure, Atari had buried all the cartridges in a deep trench on a 300-acre property in the New Mexico desert. Man, I low-key feel bad for Atari. I mean, if I were the creator, I would definitely not have the courage to throw all of the precious video games away. Vampires in Poland. These 400-year-old remains of an alleged vampire brought a huge uproar among individuals all over the world. A locked grave in Poland, discovered in a burial dating to the 16th and 17th centuries, indicated fears that the deceased was a vampire-like monster. But no need to worry, because the authorities later confirmed that they were actually the remains of a child that was believed to be a 6 to 7 years old boy. They said that he was originally buried in an upright position, face down, with a triangular iron padlock folded under his feet. The grave was disturbed after the boy was buried, but researchers have been unable to determine exactly when. It is also unclear what the people who exhumed his body intended to do with it, though it is possible they meant to burn or destroy the corpse. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Grave with stork beaks. The discovery of this cave takes us back to the Siberian era, uncovering the secrets of an ancient shaman. These two odd graves found in 2018 in Siberia made many people curious about the mysteries of the city. Since the grave had the bones of a bird-shaped figure as well, many believed that they were the graves of the birdmen, but researchers uncovered some deep truths that left people speechless. Those graves were not of a birdman or some mythical creature, but of a male shaman of Siberia from 5,000 years ago. 50 beaks were found beside the grave, placed scrupulously. This discovery turned out to be a source of evidence of the spiritual practices of that time, as they were said to be a part of a ritual costume. 3,000-year-old seal found. While leading a tour, Gilad Stern from the IAA Educational Center spotted what looked like a small toy on the ground. When he picked it up and turned it over, he was amazed to find a scarab with a detailed scene on it. This find thrilled the students from Rabin Middle School who were on the tour. The scarab, made of faience and covered in a bluish-green glaze, was used as a seal and symbolized power and status. It might have been part of jewelry or used by someone important. Amir Golani, an IAA expert on the Bronze Age, explained that the scarab could have dropped from an important person's belongings or been deliberately buried with other items. The scene on the scarab reflects the political situation in Canaan during the Late Bronze Age, when local rulers were under Egyptian influence, making it likely that the scarab dates from this period. Okiku. Pop culture has done a great job turning the age-old children's toy into a potential vessel of evil, thanks to the famous Chucky and Annabelle. And something similar was found in Hokkaido. In 1918, a 17-year-old boy named Eikichi Suzuki bought a doll in Sapporo as a gift for his 2-year-old sister, Okiku. And then some strange events took place when Okiku passed away suddenly at 3 due to some illness. Her family placed the doll on their household altar in her memory. They soon noticed that the doll's hair seemed to grow, leading them to believe that Okiku's spirit was inside it. In 1938, the family moved and donated the doll to Monenji Temple in Iwamaizawa, where it remains today and is known as okiku. Some believe the doll's growing hair is that of the deceased child. What do you think? Subscribers pick. Now it's time for the most awaited one of all of these shocking discoveries, our subscribers pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers, so if you have any image that is perhaps disturbing your sleep routine, you can send it to us. Who knows? We might solve the puzzle that has been confusing you. The mysteries of the underwater world never fail to amaze anyone. This bizarre creature made people scratch their heads in confusion. Showing up at the shore somewhere in Mexico, this dewy-eyed creature with a small face was definitely not a normal creature. It had acuminous strings around its neck, along with a tiny tail. What was the origin of this creature, and how it reached the shore remains a mystery.